Hello, hello. Welcome to today's messages of love. I hope you are all well and good and enjoying yourself regularly. Suspicious people walking behind my place, just keeping an eye out. Okay, let's not be so suspicious of the people that are walking about, okay? Even if they're looking into your yard. The reason they're looking is because it's a beautiful and it's a magical, not because they are suspicious. Okay. We've got this card from the Arcturians wanting to come out and give us a sense. What are the messages for today for us? I wonder here. Contact. Ooh. The energy of contact allows you to know that all doors to your inner source will open when you surrender and, like water, go with the flow. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Yes. Open up, surrender, allow. Don't resist. Flow. You can direct the direction you flow in a lot more effortlessly when you are sitting back and seeing what is coming up for you, right? When you are facing the other direction, looking back at where you've come from, you can't see the things that you're flowing towards, right? You can't see those obstacles that you could easily adjust your weight and flow a little to the right in order to effortlessly bob and make a fun little ride out of the boulder. Whereas if you were facing the other way, didn't know it was coming, you could smack that boulder straight into the back of you and knock yourself out, flip your boat, whatever, flip your float. Don't flip your float. Okay, Perthrow. Let's see what the Perthrow has for us. What wisdom, what guidance, Perthrow. This is a knowing. This is a trusting in your third eye, knowing of the things. And it's a snakeity snake. I saw it. There it is. The two-headed snake with her third eye open is able to see all that is fated and has yet to manifest because she's facing down the river. Okay. Living between the known and unknown, she counts prophecy as her domain. Cosmic and primal laws unfold before her, and she moves between their patterns, playing out her unique journey with the choices she makes of her own free will. Beautiful. Perthrow, like Iwaz, is a deeply mystical rune and deals with the fundamental mysteries of the universe, such as the flow of individual and collective fate. The arrival of Perthrow in a reading is a good omen if an outcome is yet unknown. It represents individual choice interacting with fate. There is an underlying joyfulness of this rune. It is also a birthing rune, connected to women's mysteries, which, given the inherent risks and initially unknown outcomes, is probably why it was also connected to gambling for the ancients. Good omen, fate, the unknown, initiation. Okay, so that black and white, I don't know if you saw in my or heard in my reading yesterday. There's this black and white cat that appeared underneath the fence and stared right up at me, which is fine. I mean, it was weird. It stood out as something because I'm kind of back from the window and it was just odd, right? Even my own cats who know that I'm up here sometimes don't always stare right straight at me. Anyways, I have a front cam, and this cat, where'd it go? Oh, Mims, go get him. I noticed that it had come to my front welcome mat, the rug that you wipe your feet on, and peed on it. Okay, and I was like, "What the heck?" Okay, I see cats moving around, going all over that front entrance all the time. None has ever had the audacity to pee on the mat. Okay, and it was this white and black cat. And then the timestamp, like about an hour or so later, my camera picked up person and pet. And it was this cat walked up to the front door, looked directly at the camera, and then turned around and walked away. Okay, there was no person in sight, but this cat looked directly at the camera. It didn't look around and end up, spotting the cat. Like, it looked directly at the camera. Okay, talking about suspiciousness. So I don't know what that's about, but we've got energies kind of coming around and checking you out. I'm not quite sure because it's a black and white cat. I'm feeling this is like a some sort of spirit of some kind. Hopefully not a skinwalker, right? Why did it register as a person and then look right at the camera? Like, it's behaving in strange ways, okay? And the start of this reading was talking about these suspicious people kind of checking me out, okay? So it seems like there are energies about that are gonna be checking you out, okay? Because you're glowing differently, you are presenting differently, you're moving differently. And I think the best way, you can be aware, but don't let the fears of the not knowing enough about the people, places, and things that you're suspicious about to infiltrate, to have too much of a place at the table. Okay, be aware, but also use it as an opportunity to reinstate how divinely protected and safe that you are, not entertain any scenarios, alternative scenarios that work against you, okay? Because you are extremely protected. And it's just part of being a bright, shining light, right? Not all things that are drawn to the light are for your greatest and highest good. And that's why you had to go through such a heavy trial and tribulations as far as learning to discern friend from foe, so that you can recognize and not allow any of your energy to flow into those vacuous spaces. Okay. So we'll move on and we will focus on this beautiful reading and the things and how we are flowing, because we're flowing, right? We are just effortlessly adjusting our position in order to move and flow out of the way of things that your third eye are seeing coming towards you, right? You're just shifting. You're seeing that roadblock before you're stopped at it, and you're taking an alternate route, right? You are sensing things before they come and flowing away from them. Okay. So the first thing to come out for us is reaching a goal, okay? And I feel like this is you at this place that you have arrived. You've come to a perspective, a height in your elevation that affords you clear vision. Okay, clear sight. And that is a beautiful thing. So trust what you see, trust what you know, and flow towards the beautiful, beautiful, balanced gorgeousness that awaits. This is what you keep your focus fixed upon. Balanced, celebrated, collaborative, um, abundant, joyful, peaceful love fest. Okay, it's the love fest card. And it's gorgeous. Yes. Yes. And, you know, you've gotten really good at recognizing which direction this is, because you've learned how to look at things from the different perspectives. And you've learned how to feel your way towards the things that feel good versus the things that don't. This is what has given you your sense of self-mastery, right? Your devotion to yourself, to your knowing, to your feeling, to your sensing, to your flowing. This is what is going to always recenter you back to the joy. Back to the joy. See, okay, we got the 9 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. Okay, so this is the success you've achieved in the nurturing of your spiritual garden through introspection. Right? This is about tapping in. This is about the contact that you have with your own internal nervous system and also with your meridian system, your chakra system, your energy flow, your internal flow. And because it's very much connected to your emotions. And so creating this line of communication, this is what is or has been fine-tuning you into one who discerns joy from not joy. Joy from the not joy. Okay, and that's a beautiful thing. We've got the wheel of fortune. This is turning in your favor. This is affected by your joy vibe, okay? This is a state of existing that is high vibe, right? You are shifting from being on other sides of the wheel to the one where you can stand and have, you know, access to things and to hands to interact and collect and engage. When you're hanging off of any of the other sides of the wheel, right? When you're hanging off the side, when you're hanging off the bottom, you're having to cling, you're having to hold, especially when you're on the bottom of the wheel. You're both your arms and your legs are just trying to hold on. You don't have extra limbs to grab things that move by you, to hold on to anything. If you do, you have to eventually let it go because you need to keep yourself on the wheel. But now, this getting to the top, this perspective shift, that you've gotten really good at, this is moving you to a position on the wheel where you have access to your arms and your legs so that you can run, jump, leap, grab, hold, hug, embrace, whatever you need to. Okay, but it was a process that, a process of determination on which way to go. And this flow, right? There may have been, well, there probably needed to be an in and out, right? Times where you go in and times where you go out, just so you can really get good and clear at discerning which one feels better for you, right? Does it feel better to be in or does it feel better to be out? And only you can figure that out. Only you can find that sweet spot. And sometimes, we mindfully choose to go without as a means to remind us of how powerful we are, how we can control, how we can choose something different, right? I think the living experience is somewhere in between the two, in this beautiful figure 8 dance, right? Because the physical experience, pain, pleasure, it's just a spectrum, right? And where, how far leaning towards pain and how far leaning towards pleasure you find yourself is a completely, or find your sweet spot, that's completely up to you. Okay, but you are an overflowing cup. Yes, you know how to fill your own cup. And because of this, the minute that it is not overflowing or that you recognize that things aren't pouring into your cup, you adjust. You make the necessary adjustments. You tune in the necessary ways. And you needed to go through the introspection and the in and outs as part of your transformation to figure it out, right? And this has sharpened your judgment, your self-judgment, your ability to judge what is for you, what is not for you. And also your spirit team, your divine spirit team. Oh my God. Mims is just sitting out there right now and she's so flippin' cute. She's so cute. She's just like sitting with a leaf. It's just sitting with a leaf. Okay, distracted. But your intuition is on point. Okay, so between your spirit guides and your ability to recognize the signs and synchronicities, the movements, the pulling, the pushing, the nudgings, because of your intuition, because of this beautiful connection and nurturing of your spiritual garden that you have done, this is what has added to your self-mastery, to your ability to discern, to perceive through the third eye, to perceive, to really know for sure what joy feels like, what balance would feel like, what true love should feel like, what reciprocating relationship should feel like, okay? And yes, your transformation and balancing of self. This is what has brought you here. It starts with the balancing within before you receive the balancing without, externally, right? When I say without, I mean externally most of the time, but sometimes you do have to go without in order to recognize that you want the thing, right? What does my life look like with it, and what does my life look like without it? I choose with it, or I choose without it, right? But your recognition of your choosing is what's important. Okay, look at this beautifulness with the rainbow confirmations. Okay, we've got acting on sparks of inspiration, sparks from the divine, sparks of creativity. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles, she is very much in her independent, glowing, prosperous, self-sustaining, filling her own cup, connected to her intuition vibe. Okay, the nurturer, the get her done queen, in a flow state. She's not having to she's got enough time for self-care, okay? And she may also, and by she, this is an aspect of you, right? Or someone in your field. This could represent somebody coming towards you, or something when you're in this state connected to your intuition, that where you receive a divine inspiration to run with that will be successful. The sun is success. The sun is universe. Yes. The sun is a beautiful balance between light and shadow, working in tandem. This is that growing, flowing state. Okay. And this is beautiful. So, moving on your divine inspirations, and also sparking matches of inspiration in others that you cross paths with, or who recognize you. And your divine spirit team is holla holla ya ya, loving everything that you're doing right now. You are doing it. You are connecting. You are making things happen for yourself. You've got a divine balance within, with knowing what you want and then taking action upon it, right? You are embodying your own inner divine counterpartness. Yes. Your flow state between your masculine and your feminine. Okay. This is your reclamation of balance and process, an understanding that it is all part of it. And you are flowing. You're flowing with it. You're allowing it to be. Okay. We'll go through one more time on this deck. And anything that wants to come out and support this reading. Okay. And we had one flip. Did we have one flip? I saw one flip. Yes. Okay. This tens of swords. So this is a completion. This is what you're leaving behind. Okay. Let's see what these ones are. We got the Queen of Wands. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So this is definitely what you're walking away from. And the residuals of it are harder to find. Like it's almost like every time it comes back around, it's getting smaller and smaller. It's moving further and further away. because it flipped in here, and then I had to look for it, right? So this is what you're leaving behind. That's a beautiful nod to the work that you have done. It's a 10, right? This is a completion. And that is gorgeous. And where are you heading? You're heading towards alchemy. You're heading towards love. You're heading towards authentic shining and charisma. Okay, this is probably a beautiful thing. Okay, I want to say that this Two of Cups, this drawing in, this is your recognizing of what love looks like. Okay, and your ability to create it, to draw it in through your authenticness, through your I wanted to say circumstance, like where you are standing, the place that you are standing in every moment that you choose to be within, the perspectives that you choose, this joy perspective, this peaceful, resonant balancing. That's your alchemy, right? Your ability to turn anything. It's the being able to take any residuals and alchemize it into gold. This is what produces love and flow and draws in your external to match your internal. We have to be in a balanced, beautiful flow state within for it to start manifesting externally. Yes. Oh, that cat is there again. He's looking at me. What is your deal, yo? Whatever is this cat's deal. I just love that he's black and white too, because it's exactly this, right? It's this balance between the light and the shadow. And a reminder, stop looking at me. He's looking at me right now. It's creeping me out. Okay. Instead of yes, love or fear, right? In every moment, what do you choose? He sees my light. That's why he can see me standing in the middle of the room through the window when he's across the way underneath a fence. Right? Yes. Okay, we'll get the animal spirits besides this little black and white. Oh, what was that? Spirit. There's a black and white forest spirit. When he's in a good mood, he's a panda, and when he's not, he's this other kind of creature. He's in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Oh, what is he called? I forget what he's called. But he's a forest spirit. Protector. A guardian. And let me tell you, I got so many guardian cats already. What's one more, right? Okay. We got the cobra. Beautiful. Okay, this is fire. Look at all that fiery energy. Cobra standing tall, unafraid. They lick the fear, pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When in balance, a student of life, humble and wise. When out of balance, know-it-all, egocentric, and to bring into balance, take a class and study. Okay, maybe this kitty is a guide, a spiritual guide. What do you think, Mims? She's sitting on the fence now. She's on the fence about it. Okay. So let's see what else we got. I think I'm gonna do a fairy card. Because the fairies are all about balancing and finding that balancing within and trusting, right? One of the first fairy books that I read, what was it called? Fairy Tale by, is it David Lindsay? Maybe. It's like fairy with the A-E-R-Y, not the I's. And yeah, it's about these twin boys and an older daughter, her sister, and this family moves onto a farm, and one of the boys gets switched out for a changeling, and it's really interesting. But anyways, it was the first book that really made it clear to me that they aren't either light or shadow. They are both. And it depends on the individual which one they embody more of, right? Which is just like us. Okay, the Journeyman and a Collection of Pixies. Okay, so I know that this one here is talking about the work that you have to do. You can choose to begrudgingly do it, but then why bother even doing it all? Because your time is important. So how you choose to do a thing, whether you want to do it or not, has an effect. So choose whatever you're doing to make the most out of it. Why don't I just read the thing? Why don't I just read it? Okay, and then this one is setting out on a new path, being a newbie, but doing it anyways. I'll also just read what that one says. Okay, 48, collective of pixies. What? Duty, willingness, joyful participation, and virtue. Okay. What is needed here is not only an awareness of duty, but a merry approach to it. This job has to be done, so one might as well do it willingly. Progress through this dance maze step by step, lively and lightly. There's your flowing, right? Take joy. You have to go down this river no matter what. So you can either float down it and enjoy yourself, or you can struggle against it the whole way and smack into boulders that you can't see, or obstacles that you can't see. Okay. Take joy and pride in achievement. Approach the work with zeal and zest and zing, and perhaps a little zaniness as well. Otherwise, you might as well not bother. Well, almost. There's something about this lighthearted approach to your duty that is important at this time in order to achieve the results that you want. Additionally, consider the words collective and cooperative as you make your plans. This situation may take more than one person, perhaps several working together to achieve the desired results. Joining forces with others is appropriate at this time. Seek the cooperation of friends, families, co-workers, and fairies as appropriate. Okay. FAER. I-E-S. So there is an I in there. Oh, there's the darkness. There's the darkness. And he's going in. There's like a portal. There's a portal. Okay. And the 15. See what I mean? I got Mims the moon, Scully the sun, Jet the darkness. Okay. This one is adventure, independence, polishing of skills, and travel. Adventure, independence, travel. A long path ahead, we hope. This card speaks to the need to perfect skills in working and living, but it acknowledges having a sound grounding in the basics. Optimism, innocence, and willing to learn. Ungus also shows us that intuition serves us well. Okay, beautiful confirmation, but only if we pay attention to it, of course, because if you're not, then you miss it. Sometimes we are operating from theory alone, and our knowledge may or may not be well grounded in reality. This card does not necessarily refer exclusively to beginnings. It can also signify a progression along a path, moving into the unknown from the known. A new phase is in an ongoing process. The card may also represent untested concepts or ideas and suggests a need for balance between the intuitive and the rational as one approaches the unknown. Consider where you are going. What are your long-term goals? What are you doing that is helping you move towards them? Beautiful. Okay, this is exactly it. This is that balance from the beginning between the knowing what you want to do and then the taking the action towards getting it done, right? You need that balancing. And so even if things feel a little uncertain, right? Maybe a lot of the steps that you are taking are you're trusting your inner guidance, and you don't necessarily know how things are going to turn out. You just know that you have to head in that direction, right? It's like there's a path appears before you and it's golden and glittering, and everything in your body is telling you to walk this path, and you have no idea what to bring, what to expect. Should you bring swimwear? Is there going to be a pool? Should you bring, bubbles? I don't know what you bring, but this is a trusting that whatever you need along the way will present itself, either introduced by fellow travelers that you meet along the way, or, it will literally appear before you. So this is that blind faith. This is the trust. It's also giving me that fool vibe, right? This is the leap, the leap into the unknown, and trusting in the tending that you have done in your spiritual garden and your connection that you have made in your higher knowing of self. Because we got the Hierophant in here too, let's not forget. Okay. And yes, the Magician and the High Priestess, they are divine counterparts. So this is another example of your knowing and your doing, right? The magician alchemizes. The magician is the one that turns a thing into another thing, very much the masculine get it done energy. And the high priestess, this knowing, this trusting, this feeling, this sensingness of it being the way to go. Okay, let's get a couple charms and see what comes up for us. Any additional messages in the charm space? Okay, there's that beautiful devoted to self balancing and honoring of your inner beings, right? Your inner child, your inner nurturer, and your inner wise one, all having a place at the table, all having a say in what do you do. Okay. Oh wow, we got lots of gorgeous things here. Let's pick one of them. Okay, we got the fairies coming out and blessing us with their beautiful gorgeousness. Okay, in some decks, the high priestess is represented by the fairy because of their balanced, magical, tapped into realms that are unseen ness, right? So beautiful confirmation of the fairies. We've got this collective. This is a reminder of our intentions that we possess as we move about our day-to-day activities, the energy that we are putting out no matter what we have to do, right? And we've got the pineapple that's golden. This is abundance. This is this feasting, party, celebration, balance, gorgeous joy card that you arrive at before the love comes in. It's like creating this beautiful pavilion celebration scene, knowing that you will eventually get married there when your person arrives. Okay, because we've got the divine counterpart butterflies here, the two butterflies coming together to make one butterfly. This is this beautiful Two of Cups, supersizing and overflowing into a gorgeous oasis of love. Okay, yes. And look at the passion. The passion. Look at this erect cobra here. This is giving me some good vibrations. Okay. It's gonna be dependable and loyal, okay? But this dependability and this loyalty to self needs to happen first because that's just the way it works. And once you are able to truly be loyal and dependable to yourself, then you are truly able to be loyal and dependable to others. And we've got the magical unicorn. Okay, it's joyous, it's happy, it is living life, and I feel like this is also part of this gorgeous state of being that you are creating for yourself. I just want to put this love right where it wants to be. Right there. Right there. Okay. So we've got some slow moving creatures here. We got the turtle and the snail, and they're both giving me the slow and steady wins the race. All movement forward is forward movement and worthy of acknowledgement, of gratitude, and of all of that stuff. Okay, sorry, I lost it all. And we're gonna put these here because I feel like your process of transformation has been a slow and steady one, right? And the getting good at balancing your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. This all took practice. This all took slow, steady momentum. Yes. Okay. And then we've got the butterfly. Yes, this is you transformed. You finally made it. Okay. This is you in your ness here, in your gorgeousness, with the Queen of Pentacles, getting yourself to a state of peace within yourself and your home environment, right? And there is the star, the char, with your moon in the center. This is your, again, masculine and feminine combined, right? Your star shine, your light, your sun power is your masculine, your fire. And the moon, this is your intuition. This is your feminine aspect. This is your water. And it's beautiful. This is your self-mastery. And then we have this. And what did I say last time? I think I called it the dedication or forgiveness. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. So maybe instead of being suspicious about things that seem suspicious, people, places, and otherwise, to instead recognize that they are operating from different planes of consciousness. And the best serving action for either of you is to forgive them their trespasses, so that we forgive those who trespass against us. What is this? Forgive our trespasses, so we forgive those who trespassed against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Yeah, because I feel like even entertaining scenarios that aren't serving your greatest and highest good is a temptation, right? It's a temptation to slip back into an old way of being in a state of fear where you are trying to prepare for everything and anything that could possibly happen, but you are actually pushing your energy into those scenarios instead of into love, peace, and joy, right? So it's like these little moths that are attracted to your light. They don't give them more than they deserve, and that is just an acknowledgement that they're there, and you refocus. It's an opportunity to refocus yourself back to your main goal, and that's love, balance, joy, always. Okay. And the cacti. Okay, this is a recognition of your resilience, how far you've come, where you've come from. You've come too far to waver, to repeat, and to backpedal and diverge. Okay, slight divergence is okay because we're in this flow state. We're bobbing, we're weaving, we're moving, and we're grooving. Okay, and so there is a natural up and down in this flow state because we are living in this three-dimensional world, right? The light, where the light and the shadow are one. And so there is day and there is night, right? And we flow, how we flow and how we go matters, right? Yes. Okay, beautiful. Those are the messages for today. Yes. I hope there was some good stuff for you. and that you move more passionately, but also balanced with effortlessly with your flowing and your going, okay? And your knowing towards love and joy. Remember, never forget how magical you are. You can alchemize anything that anybody gives to you. You choose what you do with it. You choose how to engage with it. Okay? Love you, appreciate you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.